Okay, we're going to talk about some tips to improve your SEO rankings in the Chicago area. Obviously, there is a lot to be said about search engine optimization. I could spend hours, days talking about all the factors and the things that go into really improving your SEO. So we're really just going to focus on a very few of those, but some important ones that really help you rank in local markets like Chicago. So the first thing I want to talk about is doing good SEO research in the Chicago area. I would definitely recommend using Google's official keyword planner. And the reason why is Google's official keyword planner really is one of the only tools that allows you to get very localized, precise data in the Chicago area. So I can set in the planner that I only want to see how well or how much people are searching for in the Chicago area. I can also add surrounding towns. So if I wanted to add in Evanston, I can add in Evanston, and I can add in surrounding cities and really do as much as I want. But in this particular case, I'm just looking at Chicago proper to see how much people are searching there. So if I put in the word dentist in Chicago, I can see that approximately 12,000 people a month are searching the word dentist in the Chicago area. It's quite a bit, obviously. It also gives me 594 keyword ideas related to dentists, emergency dentists, pediatric dentists. It's showing me a lot of different keywords and the ways that people might search around that keyword. So it's a really good way to get keyword ideas and different perspectives of how people search for the products and services that you sell. You get a lot of good ideas about how people are searching for those. The next column here is a competition column. It does help you identify which keywords might be a little bit more competitive to try to rank for. It also gives a bid range. This is for Google Ads, bottom of the or a low range and a high range for top of the page bid. This is a really good indicator as to the value of a keyword. Keywords that have more expensive cost usually have more value, and usually have more value because they have higher converting intent. Keywords that are just informational might not drive revenue or value to websites, and therefore people aren't willing to bid as much on them. So you can oftentimes see the difference between informational keywords in the keyword planner and converting keywords or intent or action-based keywords. Really good way to help you value what type of keywords you should be trying to optimize your various web pages for. The last column on there is a competition index as well. Another good indicator to help you determine the value of these keywords. So the keyword planner really is a great place to do your keyword research in the Chicago area and to get keyword ideas and different ways to approach optimizing the content on your website. So that's the first thing. The second thing I want to look at is just a really basic. On our website under resources, we have Google's official SEO starter guide. So this is just a really simple starter guide put together by Google. Goes over maybe 10 or 15 basic SEO elements. The whole guide itself is about 30 pages, but it just covers the very basics of SEO. But I think it's a really good starter guide. If you plan on trying to do SEO yourself, it will help you with the very basics. And a lot of the stuff that is applicable in this search engine optimization guide does carry over to local SEO and ranking in maps and that local 3-pack in the Chicago area. So let's kind of take a look at ranking locally in the Chicago area. If we go to just the regular Google search engine and type in something like Chicago dentist, you're going to see that Google almost always serves up ads at the top. You'll see anywhere between 0 and 4 ads at the top of every Google search engine results page. And then oftentimes under that, if the query warrants local businesses, you're going to see this map listings and then these 3 listings under it, or sometimes an ad as well. But this is what we call the local 3-pap, or the Google My Business listings, local listings. Really what it is a collection of Google My Business listings. There's always going to be 3. So if you don't rank in those top 3, you would have to click on the more places to go be kicked over to Google Maps to really see all the pin drops. So it is important to note that a majority of people when searching use Google's main primary search engine or main page, and therefore only 3 local businesses are going to be shown. The results under that may also be local, but these are a little bit different because you see business address, phone number, ratings, reviews. You get a link to the website and a link to directions. So these are oftentimes more clicked on and can be more powerful. So we're going to talk about how do you rank in Chicago in this Google map pack, or this 3-pack that's listing. And Google actually has an article that they put out titled "Improve Your Local Ranking on Google." And really what they mean by local ranking is that map 3-pack. And it really comes down to 3 different things that they outline. The first one is relevance. So Google says relevance refers to how well a local listing matches what someone is searching for. Adding complete and detailed business information can help Google better understand your business and match your listing to relevant searches. So your business information and the relevance comes from your Google My Business listing. So when you put together your Google My Business listing, it's all of your information, like your business name, your business description, the category that you are in, your phone number, and all the basic details, photos, videos of your business. So all of those pieces matter a little bit in terms of relevance. Your business name matters. So we find that if your business name includes a keyword from the query, you're more likely to rank. Your business description, the category or categories that you set for yourself. When you fill out your Google My Business listing, you usually choose one primary category and then several subcategories. So that primary category that you choose is going to be important in terms of relevancy. And Google also grabs relevancy not only from your Google My Business information, but also from your website itself. So your titles, your meta description, your metadata on your website, your content on your website also plays into the relevancy of your business and your business listing in the map pack. So it's always important to fill out your Google My Business listing information to the maximum degree that you can. And Google actually kind of guides you through that and helps you make sure that you are filling out all of your listing information. So you're going to have a better chance of ranking better in Chicago. So the next element that is important when it comes to ranking in that Google map or that Google local pack is distance. Now, distance or proximity depends on the keyword or the query that was searched. So if somebody searches for coffee in Chicago, Google is going to serve up a much tighter area of coffee shops near to where the person searched. Same thing with dentists. There's quite a few dentists in any given city, thousands, tens of thousands in the Chicago area. So the distance to the query is important. So keywords or industries like restaurants, Google, if you search for Italian restaurant, Google is going to show you results within a pretty close proximity to where you searched. That's important to note because if you are a business and you want to capture a very large geographical area, but you have a lot of competition, it may be hard to be shown 35 miles away if you're a dentist. Google's going to show dentists closer to people that are 35 miles away from you. So proximity matters a lot, or distance from the search. And it very much depends on the level of competition. Now, a lot more dentists, a lot more coffee shops, restaurants in an area, a lot fewer Lexus car dealerships. So if I type in Lexus car dealership, Google might show me an entire city, even multiple cities, because there may only be 3 or 4 Lexus dealerships. So when competition is less fierce, the proximity or the distance that Google's going to show in their map expands significantly. So that's just an important thing. You don't really have a lot of control over the distance. That's really up to Google and competition. So that is one of those factors that there's more need to be aware of versus something that you can really manipulate or change in any way. So the next and the last one is prominence, and this may be the most important one. So Google states prominence refers to how well known a business is. Some places are more prominent in the offline world, and search results try to reflect this in local ranking. For example, famous museums, landmark hotels, or well-known store brands that are familiar to many people are also likely to be prominent in local search results. Prominence is also based on information that Google has about a business from across the web, like links, articles, directories. Google review count and score are factored into local search ranking. More reviews and positive reviews will probably improve a business's local ranking. Your position in web results is also a factor. So best SEO practices are also applied to local search optimization. So this is a couple really important things to note here. First, Google looks at a lot of different factors when ranking businesses in that Google map pack, in that 3-pack. It looks really across the web. So it's going to look at your links, your authority. It's also going to look at your ratings, your Google business listing ratings. So how many you have, and are they good reviews? It says it will probably factor that in. And then also just the search engine optimization on your site. So that's why it is good to follow best SEO practices on your website, because that will affect your actual ranking of your actual Google My Business listing. So the information should be very relevant on both your website and in your Google My Business listing. They should, your phone numbers, your addresses, and all the descriptions and information should really line up and match. And when you follow SEO best practices on your website, you are more likely to get ranked in your Google map pack. And then the relevancy to the query that you put in all of your data will help you get ranked as well. So really it's pretty simple. You got to follow good SEO practices on your Google My Business listing, but also on your website if you want to rank better. In competitive markets, prominence is probably going to be even more important. So that's important to know. So obviously there's a lot to be said about doing SEO in the Chicago area, but those are just a few tips to help you get started. Thanks.